name is Tom Stone. I have a company. The company's name is Spill Control Technology, known as Stone's Environmental Solutions. And today we're going to delve into some spills. We're going to clean up some oil, we're going to clean up some paint, some glue. These are some of the examples of the things that the white lightning powder will clean up, and everything that we're going to clean up is environmentally safe to dispose of. That is because white lightning is a total encapsulant. You'll notice this is a very white powder, and when you pick up any spill with this, it renders the liquid totally harmless. There's only one product that you don't mess with. That is called hydrofluoric acid. Hydrofluoric acid will cause a severe gas which can kill, so we don't mess with that. But anything else, you can pick up muriatic acid, you can pick up sulfuric acid, any kind of paint, makes it totally harmless and perfectly legal to landfill. White lightning absorbent is known as a total encapsulant and recognized as such by the EPA. That's the Environmental Protection Agency. Now we're going to do some demonstrations. We'll start with black motor oil. If I can ask my assistant to bring me the broom back in there, in the garage. I'm going to pour this out here.
Here you go, sir.
Thank you. This is Andy. Andy's over from Germany.
Hi,
Take
guys.
the product back with him. Now, to clean up a spill like this, we're going to use a sifter to show you that this product is also reusable. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some overkill here. We're going to put out more than we need. And the reason we're going to put more than we need down is because actually if you do use a little bit more, you have an easier cleanup. But in addition to that, what you're going to find is that the product is very recyclable. Now, in a puddle situation, you pat the powder into your spill. If you just have a slick, you simply throw some powder down and start working it in. Now, the secret to this is using a stiff bristle broom. This broom is called Palmyra bristles, very stiff. And what we're going to do is a circular motion instead of a back and forth. We would not do this. We're going to do a circular motion. We'll start from the outside, working back towards myself. Watch the oil.
That's phenomenal.
Okay, now, once you clean your spill up, if you have a porous surface, you can continue to work on the porous surface and remove all of the oil. On the other hand, if you don't want to spend that time, you don't have to. How much of the spill do you want to remove? It will remove every last iota of a dustpan. And the sifter. Now, you'll watch as we sift this. What comes through the sifter will be totally reusable. You don't have 100% of the capability of picking the spill up as you did before, but you still have a massive amount of powder that will do a lot of work, okay? We sift vigorously. That helps it to go through the sifter. If you'll notice, this is taking very few seconds, not a long drawn out affair. And this is the oil in the powder, and this is the reusable powder. And also, if you'll notice, squeezes hard. Okay? Now, I'm going to put this right here for a purpose. When you empty your screen, you want to lightly tap on the screen. This releases anything that is caught in the screen, and it keeps the screen clean for continuous use. I would recommend about once a month washing the screen out. Therefore, you do have a good screen to use at all times. We're going to come back and reuse this in just a moment, though. black house paint. It's not something that you would do in your driveway intentionally. Andy, if you'll take this, set it somewhere out of the way. Now, once again, that's the powder. Now this time we're going to use more than we used before, and there's a reason for that. Paint is made to spread, as we know. If we use more powder than we need to, we have total control of the paint spreading, and we'll come up with a very easy and fairly quick cleanup. Now, when you have a puddle, once again, pack the powder into your spill. Okay. From the outside, working back toward me, circular pattern. Now, for your benefit, I want you to remember something. If you don't have enough powder, you can add to it. If you use too much, you can recycle. Now I'm going to do a little extra scrubbing here because I want that paint gone. Okay, let's see how good we did. We have a little bit of residue left. If I want that little bit of residue to be gone, all I would do is take some soap and water to that, scrub it a little bit, and that would disappear. Otherwise, I could continue to use clean powder on it until it was all gone. But that's an extremely small amount compared to what we would have if we tried it with rags, other things like that. Okay, now, this is glue. Let me get this top off here. Wood glue. There we go. Now I'm going to give that a second opportunity to set up, and we're going to clean this up and sift through this. Now one of the things I want you to pay attention to is this pile over here and this pile over here. Okay, let's go over here and sift through. Okay, that's your reusable powder. And there's your paint. Now once again, give your screen a light tap. Just cleans it up. Now, I said we were going to use the used powder to do a cleanup. We're going to clean that glue up with used powder. Tapping motion, then we get started. Circular motion. This is glue now. Okay, let's just push this back over here, out of the way. Now, a while ago I said that we could use water and soap to get a cleaner surface. So if you'll bear with me, I'm going to get a hose, a little bit of water. Isn't that?
Yeah. Okay, I'm recording.
Okay, now to get rid of any residue, I said we could use soap and water. This is plain water. Okay. Take the same broom, stiff brush. Break this down. Now we're going to throw a little fresh powder on top of that. Dry it up. You want to take good care of your driveway, of course. Your concrete, your floors, whatever that surface is that you want to keep clean. And so let's do that. I think that the truth is in the pudding, so to speak. That looks fairly clean, I do believe. I've got a little bit of mess over here that I need to straighten up. I've had some stains left over from earlier, and we'll clean that mess up also. Now, as we're cleaning this up, I have a question for everyone. Who has a driveway with a car that leaks oil or transmission fluid or power steering fluid? I happen to have one.
I have one.
And right over here is the culprit. This is the White Lightning van. Okay, the White Lightning van has left a mess in my driveway. This is motor oil right here, and this is transmission fluid right here. Now, I have my dustpan in my hand. I have used powder over here. Again with the used powder. That's plenty. Every morning we have to do this. There goes the transmission fluid. And there goes the oil. Now dry it up. Finish my mess. How long does it take? 2 or 3 seconds, maybe 5. This is not a labor-intensive thing. It's what I need for everyone to understand. Very quick, very easy to do. Let's put this back in a pile over here. Now, there's something that we need to understand. You have got fresh oil and you have dried oil. Dried oil needs to be emulsified, and the term emulsify means to liquefy. Okay? If it is liquefied, then we can do the cleanup. If it is solid and dried on the concrete, you're not going to be able to get it up. So this has to be an emulsified solution or fresh oil on the concrete. All right? Now, we've used a broom, dustpan, a sifter. This is what we have left over right here. This is the total amount of waste that we've had for all the cleanup we've done. Now, we talked about environmental. Environment is very, very important. We're pretty much killing the environment. We're putting ourselves out of a place to enjoy, and it's something that we each need to take time to think about. If you like the green trees, you'll pan out there. We need to take care of this. Now, taking care of the environment ensures that your kids and my kids will have a clean place to enjoy in the future. This product, White Lightning, can help do that because it is a total encapsulant. Anything that you pick up is going to be encapsulated and safe to landfill. Now, however, in the industrial use, the White Lightning does not change the law. Laws for certain materials require that they be incinerated or landfilled in special landfills. Those requirements still have to be followed. But under ordinary conditions, any petroleum products, antifreeze, any of the paints can be landfilled safely. Proof, I guess they say, is in the pudding. Make a phone call to your local EPA and ask them if what Tom Stone said is not true. You'll find that they'll give you the same answers that I give you. Now, some of the household things that you can use on White Lightning on: kitchen eggs. You can pick up a kitchen egg in your kitchen using your standard kitchen broom in about 20 seconds. No residue, no stickiness, eggs up and gone in the trash can. Any kind of syrup you've got in your house is no challenge for white lightning. Ketchup, anything that's liquid in your refrigerator. One of the worst things that I think the person ever has to clean up at home is a glass of tea spilled on the floor. There's sugar in the tea, it's sweet, and it's going to be sticky even after you mop it up. With white lightning, you clean it up in about 5 seconds, and you're back sitting at the table eating again and having a good time. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, we'd like to have you give us a call, and you can reach us at 704-933-3390. Our fax number is 704-933-3395. Any questions whatsoever, we'll be glad to entertain, and I've not had anybody throw anything at me I couldn't answer so far, so I'll be glad to talk to you. Give us a call. Thank you very much. I hope you are an understanding audience with the understanding that sometimes we forget a few things. In addition to our other product, White Lightning, we also manufacture Sure Step. Sure Step is a product that's used on packed snow, not fresh snow, packed snow that you walked on, driven on, and solid ice. Now, if I can get the camera to come and pan up the driveway here. This driveway is probably 10 to 15 degrees in angle. Now, this past winter, we had a sheet of ice on that driveway. Now, back over here, please, sir. What I did, I sprinkled Sure Step, about 1/8 of an inch layer up this driveway. And with this blue White Lightning van and a trailer full of powder behind it, drove out on a sheet of ice. With White Lightning, you have a Sure Step, you have a very safe and solid surface to walk on. You can walk on any sheet of ice like you're walking on carpet by simply sprinkling a light layer of this down. Now, as the sun comes out, ice tends to melt. Well, guess what? This tends to float somewhat, and over the day into the night, when the ice refreezes, this will tend to stay at the surface so that you don't necessarily always have to put down a fresh layer. Of course, if you had a hard melt and a lot of it ran off, you might have to relayer, but as it goes in that slow melt, this will stay at the surface and you do not have to reapply. Okay, well, thank you for that much information. Next thing we're going to do is water, oil on water. Now, I'm going to bring the hose over. Andy, if you'll come over and get this bag over here, please, sir. I'm going to add some water to our bucket here. This is going to be our spill. All right, Mr. Cameraman, how are we looking there?
That looks good. That looks okay, Tom.
Okay. Now, we happen to have with us today some oil, which we did a little bit earlier and cleaned up on the concrete. Oil floats on water. Anybody here remember the Valdez incident?
Yes, sir.
All right.
They're blowing chicken feathers into that oil, I believe. Weren't they blowing feathers in there at some point?
Don't remember.
They tried all kinds of crazy stuff trying to soak that up.
This is our super float on water for removal of oil from water. It can be seined off, it can be siphoned off, it can be dipped off. Watch as this floats on the oil. Can you see that very easily?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's great.
Okay. Now, for time constraints, we're not going to clean 100% of this out, but we're going to give you enough of a view here to get you clear with the idea that this product is going to remove the oil off of this water. Now I'm going to need my trash can for this particular little demonstration. Do here, the common hand. Everybody's got a hand, don't they? I'm going to give this a hand. Now You'll come in close there, Mr. Ron. Is that fairly evident that the oil is off of the water at that spot? And on my hand,
Yeah, yeah.
there's your oil right there. Watch as we repeat this process. And one of the things I do want to point out, there's no rainbow left on this water. I have a little dirty water because what we're using was actually swept up off the floor. Now, if we can pick this up off the floor and do this good a job with it, imagine what you do with fresh stuff.
Can I get a wow, Andy?
Wow.
Oh,
Andy doesn't take cues well.
Okay. Now, if we are paying close attention here, we're noticing that the oil that is left on the water is attached to the powder. These are larger granules, and that is the reason for the larger granule. It attaches itself to the oil, or the oil attaches itself to the granule.
And you can see it clear as day here.
Again, making it very easy to clean up. If there's any questions about this, we do want to hear from you. Thank you for your attention, and hope that you'll like the powder and want to use it. Give us a call. Again, that's 704-933-3390. Thank you again.